Chapter 13.
Chapter 13. Welcome back to the podcast Redeemed. We've been looking at our character named David. And the discussions we've got to have because of this man. And up until this point, things have been going well. Then we have the moment where everything goes south.
Yep.
David sins. And now we have the aftermath of what that sin is going to cause. David's family begins to fall apart. So we're going to get to see the first incident here of where the family begins to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear this could be like some kind of reality TV show or something. You know what I'm saying? With the way this whole thing is going to play out.
I think that about a lot of the stories in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. And it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, it is horrible. Okay. So our two characters that we're looking at tonight are... Actually, there's three.
Three characters.
Actually, let's go with three. Mm-hmm. Is Ammon, Tamar, and Absalom.
Yep.
Remember the name Absalom.
He comes into play at the end of the story.
A lot. He's going to be the main character of the story here before too long.
Yeah.
So, what do we got? Well, we got this horrendous story. All right. Of course, Ammon is David's son, his oldest.
Yep.
We were having a discussion. We don't know from which wife he came. But he is the oldest, so he, of course, is in line for the crown. Or crown, not crowd.
The crowd.
It's in line.
Yeah. But Ammon falls in love with Tamar.
Yep.
The beautiful sister of Absalom.
Yep.
So, Tamar is also Ammon's sister.
Yeah.
Correct.
Half sister.
It's a half sister.
It's a half sister, technically, but yes.
Same dad,
but still.
different mom.
Yeah.
But still, it ain't right.
Yeah.
Correct.
It ain't right. All right? And he becomes very lustful for her. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he comes up with a plan to live out that lust.
Yep.
And so he pretends to get sick. David comes to check on him. Ammon says, I'd like for my sister Tamar to come and take care of me while I'm sick. She does. Or the king goes and relays the message to Tamar. Tamar comes and does it. Mm-hmm. And in the process, Ammon rapes her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, how that whole altercation goes down is kind of interesting because
he had a plan.
Yes. And he absolutely did. But it's the conversation that goes on between Tamar and Ammon that I find interesting. Mm-hmm. So she realizes what's happening, and she basically begs Ammon to not do this, which is logical. But, and so she tries to, maybe out of desperation, according to what I was reading there in the commentary, she tries to convince him just to marry her.
Yep, she tried.
Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not David would have actually got along with that, who knows? That was not something that was actually looked upon as a good idea at that time. But she was also concerned because if she becomes raped and he doesn't accept her, then she herself can never get married again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
which is a big deal in that time.
Yes.
Stinks for the woman.
Yeah. Which a lot of things do in Bible
these times.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no matter how much she pleaded, no matter how much she tried to argue with him, he proceeded.
He was
he raped her.
Taking no for an answer.
Nope.
No.
And then, after he was done, he sends her away. She once again begs, says, no, don't do this. She says, please, don't send me away, because if you send me away, I will be it'll be even more of a disgrace.
Yep.
He does it anyway. And he says that the Bible says then that Ammon hated her with intense hatred. In fact, he hated her more than he loved her, which I think is important because it goes to prove that he really didn't love her. It was all about lust.
Yes.
Which I think there's a lesson there.
Yeah.
Lust is a very powerful emotion
and
that can cause us to do some very bad things.
Correct.
Okay? Especially when it comes to sinning against the Lord.
Yep.
Now this is a very intense example of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But it happened. Now, what I find interesting is now the outcome or the fallout from this particular situation. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of things I don't understand. Because David hears about this.
Yeah.
And he's furious.
Rightfully so.
Now, in the NIV, the Bible that I'm reading here, that's all it says.
Yep.
It says that he was furious. Now, it says in the commentaries over here that if you go to the Greek translation of the Old Testament, it has a few more words. And it suggests another of David's weaknesses, but he would not hurt Ammon because he was his eldest son and he loved him.
Yeah. I
Now-
also looked it up. Jezreel's. Jezreel was the mom.
Jezreel.
Jezreel was the mom
Ammon.
of Ammon. Yes. Correct. So
That must have been one that he picked up along the way because that's not one of the main ones.
no, it's just it's mentioned earlier on in 2 Samuel. I found it,
Okay.
but yeah. So
All right. There you go.
because I also thought that might be part of the connection as to why there was so. I mean, it's probably preferential treatment at this point to not do something about this to get away with this. I would say that's getting preferential treatment.
But at the same time, there's a couple scenarios.
Yeah.
One is maybe David did have a weakness because he loved his son so much he didn't do anything about it.
Nope.
The other is that David committed a pretty horrendous crime because of lust as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it might have been hard for David to discipline his son or carry out a
As a
punishment on him
hypocrite.
because of what he did. Now,
Yeah.
nobody knows for sure,
No.
but I don't understand it.
I don't like any of those reasons.
So- on
Because
my-
me being as a father,
It's on my list of questions for when I get
Yeah.
to heaven.
me being a father to a daughter, if something were like that to happen, I would probably take matters into my own hands.
Yeah. You would be Absalom in this
Yes,
story.
I would be Absalom in this story. That's where we're going with
And
this.
here we go.
So David didn't do anything about it. He probably should have.
Yeah.
At least I think so. As a king
Should've
and as a
something.
father,
Yeah.
he should have done something.
Literally anything.
Anything. Yeah.
Banish him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have jail?
Yeah.
They had dungeons.
Exactly.
But normally what they would do is they would, if they did something wrong, they would flee for.
Well,
David,
if
David, I
yeah,
mean, shoot, David
That is
fled all
true.
the time.
This guy didn't even flee.
No.
No, you got to just keep living.
Yep.
Just got to keep hanging out in the palace.
Until he destroyed his sister's life.
Yeah. God, so angry.
Yeah.
It is.
Very much.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But so what we have here, though, of course, is let's not get too far from the fact that a lot of what is happening here is because of the sin that David committed with Bathsheba.
Yeah.
This
and
is
David might have known that too.
he might have,
You know, because
but I still think he should have done something.
she still should have done something. But
like this happened because of your sin.
so then he's thinking. So there is probably some of that guilt then of like
Yes,
this
could
is
have been absolutely
maybe partly
Yeah.
my fault because of what I
Absolutely,
did.
but I still think he should have done something.
He should have done something.
Literally, again.
No, that's just me.
Yeah.
Even just
There's
talk.
nothing in the Bible that says, hey, he should have done. No, that's just me.
Yep.
That's what I believe.
It's like I feel like David should have done something.
Yeah.
And I think also if David had done something, the next situation probably would not have happened. So,
Yeah.
back to Tamar. Tamar has a brother, Absalom. Absalom hates his brother, Ammon, now because of what he did to his sister. Okay, I kind of side with Absalom just a little
He's going to do something.
Can you blame the man?
bit. I mean, I
He's
kind
gonna
of
do
side with
something
Absalom.
about
with
this.
Yeah.
David didn't do anything about it, so maybe I should do something about it. So, real quick, Absalom basically comes with the plan. Now, this, of course, takes 2 years.
To say 2 years later.
2 years.
2 years. Okay? And he basically has all of the king's sons come and have a big old party with him. And then while they're high in spirits, he has his men kill Ammon.
Yep.
And that's what happens. Now, King David thinks that all of his sons have died
Yep.
because that's the word he hears. When in essence, the only one that died was Ammon.
Ammon.
They say don't shoot the messenger, but maybe shoot that messenger.
Yeah. How'd you mess that up?
That's a bad message
Yep.
to be sending.
Yep. And because of what Absalom did, what did he do? He fled. Which is also interesting because now David doesn't do anything about this situation
yeah.
either.
Yeah, kind of. He went with the hands-off parenting.
So
approach
he's
for
not
a while
great
there.
parenting wise. He's not on fire.
He didn't
here.
even do anything about this. Didn't even reprimand him. Nothing.
No.
Didn't chase after him.
I think he
didn't
understood.
invite him back. I mean, he
Yeah.
just did. He just
It's like,
did
all right,
nothing.
I guess that got taken care of.
Yep.
And it says in the commentary that he may have been trying to sidestep the issue. Why? Because Ammon was dead, Absalom was now the second, or the one in line for the throne.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the king, and I mean, David was obviously, it does mention that he was upset that Ammon was dead.
He was more upset.
Because he thought all his sons were dead.
Yeah.
And more that he wanted his son back.
Yeah.
Right.
Not so much that Ammon had died. At least that's not what
Gotcha.
that's not.
No, I mean, I see how that reads.
Yeah. I mean, he says, he finished speaking. The king's son came in wailing loudly. The king, too, and all of his attendants wept bitterly. Absalom fled, but Absalom fled and went to Geshur, where he stayed the 3 days. David longed to go to Absalom, for he was consoled concerning Ammon's death.
Yep.
So it's like, it wasn't really even about, he just wanted his son back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is cool as a father, but at some point your household's falling apart here, David.
Yeah.
Things aren't going great.
I mean, you got sons that are raping their sisters. You got sons that are killing other sons. It's like
At some point, maybe step up here, David.
something. And it just it I find it interesting because this is not. It doesn't go with the same character of the David that we see in the.
Mm-hmm.
Pre Bathsheba.
Well, as soon as sin enters.
That's it exactly.
Yeah.
Pre Bathsheba. He seemed to know where he was going. He was following the Lord. He was doing it, and then he just kind of he gets weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wheels are falling off.
So
As
sin has consequences. We talked about that in our previous podcast. We're seeing the outcomes of that, which is the kind of the neat, the interesting part of this story, is you get to see this play out.
Yeah.
So if you think you get away with sin, you don't.
No.
Okay?
No.
This also makes the case for a couple of things. First of all, hatred.
Right.
Okay.
Bad.
So we, very, very bad. Because
Nailed it.
Ammon hated his sister, Absalom hated his brother,
Yep.
and because of that hate, what happens? Well, you have all this different stuff that transpires.
Nothing good comes from hate.
No.
Star Wars taught me that.
Yeah. And
Don't go to the dark side.
hate leads to suffering. In the words of Master Yoda.
See?
Yeah. Anyway, Master Yoda had it all right anyway.
He did.
Yeah. Do or do not. There is no try. So, hatred, you can see a lesson there. Lust, you can see a lesson there. And judgment is really up to the Lord.
Correct.
It wasn't up for Absalom to go out and kill his brother because of it. Now, the human in me wants to side with Absalom and say, absolutely, you're justified.
Yes.
You should have done that.
Yes.
But judgment is the Lord, and he'll take care of it. So it's best to let him take care of it. So there's all kinds of things you can see here. All kinds of different things you can pull. Which is what makes it interesting, is there's so many lessons that you can pull from these passages of Scripture. And the Bible is just awesome like that. You just start reading, it's like, oh, there's one, there's one, there's one. But we're starting to see David's family fall apart. And it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
This character, Absalom, is going to become more of a thorn in David's side than he probably ever thought possible.
Yeah.
Tune in next
And you
week.
see this constant tension between David and his son, from the aspect of he loves his son, he doesn't want to fight his son, he wants. Anyway, it's interesting, but we'll get into that on in other podcasts. So, David sinned, family falling apart as a consequence. Here we go. Here's the first two.
And we're just getting started.
And
More
we're just getting
coming.
started. So stick with us, and we'll work through a few more of this, but you will also see God's mercy and grace
Yes.
shine through as well, which is the amazing part of the whole story. All right. See you next time, guys.